Good morning and welcome back to day 10 of the $20,000 December challenge. So today we've got 2 jobs scheduled for a total of, I believe, $900. I did literally just this morning hear back from another customer that wouldn't be too far out that I may be able to get scheduled for a little bit later on in the day if I have time for it to bring that up over grand. It would be a $150 job, but we gotta see where we're sitting on time, because this is going to be a really busy day after work for me too. So anyways, I think I'm going to hop right into it. I got a whole bunch of debris to clean out of the truck, and then we can get going. Quick intermission before we get going with the day. Because it is Christmas time and there is a whole bunch of family obligations coming up for me, I have not given up on this series by any means. I'm still recording every single day that I'm working and every bit of information that I think would be valuable to show online. It's just taking me a while to get all this stuff edited with after work stuff going on. So basically what I think that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to catch up and get as much done as I possibly can and get it out as quickly as possible. But I wanted to let you know I'm probably going to be uploading stuff in batches. So there's probably going to be a couple of videos at a time in a night or something like that. So anyways, just an update, and thanks for watching. Let's get to our day. So I am at the first job of the day. Beautiful tile roof. It's in great shape. I've got a couple of updates before I get into the roof. This roof though. So first off, old customer. I will have to show you the text messages. It was an old customer that I mispriced, and it was one of my first jobs. And big house, and so unfortunately, it's not a $1,000 day for me because it will take me all day. And so basically what I ended up doing is I raised the price on it and got the approval, and then I'm gonna end up doing that one on Sunday. So that'll boost up revenue a little bit, but it's not gonna be a $1,000 day, so I kind of wanted to do it not during the week. So that'll be a good one. The other thing is I heard back from a different customer that's ready to do it as well. I might end up doing him later today. And then I also just got an estimate sent out. I got 2 estimates sent out this morning. I'm just sitting in this guy's driveway, and one of which already got approved. It's a $400 gutter cleaning. So I think what I might end up doing, because the update on this roof is basically this is the worst part of the gutters. There's like, I have nothing to clean here. I will end up doing a powder treatment, but I don't think, like, this isn't even worth charging for. Like, that would be a scam. So I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. It'll be good news for him. I still gotta blow off a little bit of the roof. So I think that I'm gonna get to this one, get this powder knocked out, get the roof blown off, and I'll just blow out the sections of gutter that need it. And then we can head on to our second. So I think what I might end up doing is just giving a call back to that other guy, because he's not far away. And we'll do that roof today, so later this afternoon. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to it, so that'll make it a little bit busier because I wasn't expecting to have to do so much driving today, but I think that that's my plan as of yet. All right, I'll see you when I got another update. I have just finished up. It is 12:20. We did a little extra chatting, so it only took about an hour. In fact, I think it even took a little bit less than that. So here's the deal. I don't like when this happens because it just requires extra planning, and a lot of times it's harder to fit in a job absolutely last minute like this. So I ended up taking $300 off the price because there was like nothing in the gutters. I was just blowing out water. There was one little section that had a couple of leaves in it and stuff, but I mean, that we're talking like 2 minutes of actually cleaning, and I'm not a ripoff. And so I ended up charging, so basically it was $100 to blow off the roof and take care of that little gutter section, and then doing all of the powder. And so that job ended up coming up to $350. And then this next job, the only other one that I had scheduled for today was, so it's $250 plus tax, so total of $270. So originally this one was going to be a pretty good day. I think it was going to be like a $900 day. I just sold 2 jobs. So when I got here this morning, I sent out a couple of estimates, and both of them got approved. So I have 2 jobs that I could potentially schedule for today, if I can do it that last minute. Because I know that this next job that I'm going to, unfortunately I got started late because I wasn't expecting this to happen. Let's see here. So I'm going to find him, and I think I'm going to give one of these guys a call. So I've got 2 options, one of which is a $450 job, the other one is a $400. This one with the brown roof here, that is our $450 job. And so then this one is our $400 job. The only thing with this one, because this is a smaller house and this is what I would prefer to do, is I have a feeling that there is a shitload of debris on this one. And I don't really want to be working in the dark again. So I'm not exactly sure which one I want to do here. This one would make the most sense because the other one is a fair bit bigger, but I just don't think that there's that much debris in it. So I think I'm gonna give this guy a call real quick, and we'll see if I can't get this one scheduled, and just hope that it's not completely fucked. All right, so I changed my mind. Because I have a feeling that other job is going to be more fucked than I'm hoping for, I'm gonna give Larry a call and see if I can't get him scheduled for today.
This is Larry.
Hey Larry, how you doing? This is Devin.
Good, Devin. Good hearing from you. Thanks for calling me back.
Yes, sir.
Did you get my message asking what day?
I did, and so that's why I wanted to call you right away. So today, the job that I was just on, the scope of work went down quite a lot, and so I actually have some time today, later this afternoon, that I could potentially come and get it taken care of.
What's later this afternoon, you think?
Probably like 2 or so, 2:30, show up.
Okay. All right, let's do it. I had Pinnacle was coming out between 1 and 3, but I'll call them and cancel that.
Well, if they're doing other stuff, I could, or like an estimate.
They're going to come out and look and give me an estimate.
Oh, I got you.
That's all they were going to do, yeah.
Okay.
So I cancel that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. There's a buzz box, a key box up at the top of the driveway. If you just buzz the house, or what time did you say? Around 2?
Probably around 2 or 2:30.
Okay, maybe I'll just open the gate up if I remember.
Okay. Well, I'll shoot you a message once I'm on my way as well.
All right, good. All right, thanks, Devin. Yeah, that'll work.
All right. Well, perfect.
Good. All right. See you then.
Then I will see you a little later on.
Thanks.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye. Well, that echo was really annoying, but that works great. Okay. So we're in business. All right. We got our day set. So I'll actually do a little bit over $1,000. That's cool. All right. So we're on to our second job. I'm going to quit yapping and get to driving. Here's the update. I have actually heard back from so it was the remote estimate that I completely recorded on Wednesday. I finally heard back from that guy, and he approved the estimate, and so that's fantastic. Kind of a great full circle to be able to record all of that. One that actually went through. That's a $350 job that I've got scheduled, that I have to schedule. We're getting work sold, and we're looking to be in pretty good shape. This is what I'm working with on the second job. I have got, it's a pretty, apparently this one is the one that's overflowing. This one really doesn't look too bad. There's ones over kind of on the far side that are looking worse, and so I really don't think that this will take all too long. So we should be in pretty good shape here. But I think that I'm going to go ahead and get this one knocked out because we have got another big job for today. And like I said this morning, I have shit to do this evening, a family birthday party and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I'm going to get to it, and then I will update you when I have something to tell you. I just finished up that one. It is currently 2:08, so I'm running, again, a little bit behind schedule. I kind of had a feeling that's about how long that one would take, though. And we're actually doing really good. So I found some moss growth up there. It wasn't really bad. And so I talked to her about it and ended up selling her on a powder treatment. So I also did a powder treatment on this job, and that's an extra $100. So that brings this job up to $350. So I have a feeling this next job is probably going to run me a bit late, probably 4 or 5, probably closer to 5, if I'm being real. We'll see. I might get lucky. I've been lucky before. This is going to end up being a pretty damn good day. I'm not going to try and do the math right now. I'm trying to pull out of here, but 350 plus 350, so that's $700 plus 450, so $1150 on the day. It's pretty fucking good, man, for a day that I thought was going to be 900, and yeah, it's doing good. So anyways, I'm in a really shitty pull out here, so I'm going to get back with you once I get to this next job. So here we are at our final job of the day, and I do believe I picked right versus doing that other one. We've got a fair bit of pine needles to blow off on this side. That gutter looks pretty damn clean. I haven't looked at the rest of it though. Check out this view though. Definitely a bigger roof, but like gutters are all clean. Check this out though. Talk about like a 180 degree beautiful view. Anyways, this is where we're at. And you know, funny thing, so I called this customer and you heard that conversation. What I realized after the fact was that guy, and he talked about having an estimate, trying to get an estimate for Pinnacle. What I realized was the email that he sent me that I thought he was saying that, you know, hey, let's get it, go and do it, the quote unquote approval that I thought I had, wasn't so. So what it was is, he didn't bring this up or anything, but he was just checking to see my availability. Was I way booked out, or, you know? The thing is that he basically immediately agreed without hearing from another company, without getting another estimate, purely because of how quickly I was able to get out here. Alex Hormozi talks about this, the whole idea of a value equation, which is essentially, I don't remember the three pieces, but there's basically three ways that you can increase the value that your company has, and one of which is speed. I just increased the value of mine to the point where he didn't even get another estimate, so kind of cool. But anyways, I think I'm gonna get to this so I'm not stuck here all damned day and get through this. So anyways, I will get back to you with you on any updates I find. All right, we did really good. I had just finished up with that one. We just got paid, did great, and it is only 4:30, not even 4:30, 4:27. So we did it fantastic on that job. He was super stoked and very happy with me, to the point where apparently he only uses hydrogen peroxide on his roof versus like soft washing, which that is a great stuff. I believe that Spencer Clays, I'm sure if you're watching me, you probably know who he is. I believe that that's what he uses on a lot of roofs. So he was talking about that and trying to get me into it so that he could have me do that. So we'll see. Regardless, that started kind of shitty, panicky today, you know, but ended up turning into a fantastic day. 486 plus 376, I think, plus 350 was the total for today. I'm not going to try and add that up right now, but yeah, we did very well, and it's still light out, so I'll take it. We are finally ready for our week 2 recap. So we'll kind of briefly go through the days, and exactly kind of what we had. So again, this is the week of the 7th or the 8th. We worked a total of 4 days this week, and we did have a bit of a mishap day, unfortunately, but we did incredibly well. In fact, we actually did better than last week, even with that mishap day. So basically what we had, so our first day, we had that extremely large, it was a 1350 was the total invoice, 1351. Really damn good job. I got it done in a good amount of time. It was pouring down rain. It was a atmospheric river that day. So it was a bit miserable to be out there. And unfortunately, both of my blowers broke on that day. So that was Monday. So I ended up having to come back to that job on Tuesday to finish a little bit of cleanup up. Monday was a great start to the day, and it was a great finish. It just a difficult day, to say the least. Tuesday, I had a call back from the prior week. This was because I missed a gutter on one of the roofs I did the last week, and so that was the quickest that I could get back out there. And so that was a super quick, early in the morning. I got it done with the shitty little Craftsman backup blower that I had. After that job, we went and did 2 actual jobs that day. We did a small gutter cleaning. I believe that's all it was. He ended up tipping $55, so that was our second job for Tuesday. So that brought us to a total of $330.30. So it ended up being a really good paying job, because that really didn't take, I think that took us like 45 minutes. It was a bit of a poor day for me mentally, unfortunately, but you know, that's how it goes. Then we went on to our second job of the day, of Tuesday. That one was really just a roof blow off. We did a powder treatment on it. It had a ton of pine needles up on there, and then it also had gutter guards, so it made it really easy to get everything cleaned up, gutters taken care of, because it was literally just spending a whole bunch of time blowing. Before I did that job, I went out and bought our new blower. So that was a BG86, and unfortunately, that was a $400 hit that ended up costing us. But that's how business goes. And then finally, last thing of the day was going back to Monday's job and finishing that little bit of cleanup up. Wednesday, unfortunately, I was not able to get anything scheduled, so we ended up getting a whole bunch of calls made, getting things on the schedule, getting some estimates sent out. It wasn't a crazy busy day, but we still got a lot of stuff done, and I was able to kind of recoup things and get some rest. Thursday was a very good day. Thursday we had a total of 3 jobs. So we had our first job in the morning. That was just a big gutter cleaning, and then I ended up upselling her for $100 to do the gutters and do a powder treatment on her shed. That was for a past customer. as well as, in fact, every single one of these customers that day ended up being a past customer. So that is the beautiful thing about the recurring work in this business. It's just usually you only end up doing one job a year for them. Our second job was a gutter clean and powder treatment. This is one where I had to kind of set up, I had to basically tell him this is the full price, but because he had new gutters, once I showed up and saw how little time it actually took, then I was able to discount things for him. But that was a good lesson as to show you kind of how you can protect yourself in those situations, so that even if they were lying to you or things were worse than they were expecting, it's already been stated, and it's not like, hey, I'm having to knock on the door and tell them that, hey, I got to charge more, I'm sorry. Or you just bite the bullet and you end up losing money or hardly making anything on it. Our third job of the day was just a gutter cleaning. Unfortunately, this job ran me into the dark. It was for a past customer, and it went super smooth. I ended up zipping. They had a gutter with the screw-in hangers that was kind of coming off a little bit, so I ended up taking care of that one. And then finally we have Friday. Friday was a bit of a pain in the ass, if I'm being completely honest, because I showed up expecting to make $650 on the first job of the day, which was already going to be, it was probably going to be a $300 an hour job. That's what it was the prior year. In fact, it was actually a little bit higher because I had two guys doing that. They knocked it out in about an hour. But unfortunately, the gutters were completely clean. I pulled maybe a quarter or a sixth of a bucket worth of debris out of those gutters, and so I ended up discounting it by, I think, $200 or $300. So it ended up being a $350 job total. We ended up powdering that roof as well. Second job of the day. This one was one that I ended up scheduling really last minute. Like, this was the second job that I had scheduled for that day. It went super smooth, went exactly as to be expected, and I ended up upselling her on powder treatment, which ended up really helping out. I believe it was an extra $100 that I got, but she also tipped $75. I'll show you because it's crazy to see those numbers. Here was our job for that. I upsold her $100 and she tipped me $75. So it could be kind of lucrative, and she's an awesome customer. And apparently she has like 16 friends that meet weekly or monthly that I've been doing work for all of them, and I didn't even know that they were friends. So again, it's all compounding, you know. So that was our second job of the day. And then our third job of the day was one that I actually sold. I sold it while I was on our first job, and actually after getting there and kind of thinking over the situation again, I believe I explained it to you that I ended up kind of stealing that job away from a competitor by being able to get out there so quick. I talked about kind of Alex Hormozi's value equation and how much speed can actually impact versus price, because it was a $450 job plus tax, and I ended up knocking it out in an hour and a half. Ended up turning it into a fantastic week, and even with having to buy a new blower and having a shitty, it was a 4-day work week, I had a shitty $600 day, we did incredibly well. So our grand totals: Monday, we made $1351.25. Tuesday, $719.46. Thursday, $1259.37. And Friday, $1322.67. So that comes to a grand total of $4,652.75. So we did incredibly well. The week prior, last week, we ended up doing $4,348.66. So we made almost exactly $300 extra this week. So, and that's not crazy, and we're still at a deficit. So I actually added this stuff up for you. So this is what both weeks. So this is currently our current total business revenue as for this month. So this is within 2 weeks and working 4 days a week. I haven't pulled a full 5-day week yet. I'm really hoping to do that this coming week, and we will be talking about that then. But we are currently sitting at exactly a $999 deficit, or $998 and some cents. But I have no issues with trying to make that up. As things sit currently, so we've got 2 weeks left, and I did that total revenue. I'm sitting at a $1,000 deficit as to being able to hit our goal by the end of the month. We have got Christmas, which is on a Thursday, which is going to be incredibly difficult to try and schedule a job on. I'm probably not going to. If possible, I will, but just as things sit now, I probably won't. But this is not a typical month. I got really lucky. I didn't even realize it when I started this challenge, but we've actually got an extra 3 days essentially on our challenge. So the 29th, 30th, and 31st, that is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And so we actually have about 4.5 weeks of jobs. So I have basically complete confidence that we will end up hitting this, as long as we don't have anything crazy that really sets us sets us back. Anyways, this has been a fantastic week, and I'm really excited for the next one. Gonna definitely be pulling some harder days because I do have to make up for $1,000, and I gotta keep up this pace, you know. I mean, looking at these numbers, we've been averaging, actually, our first week, we were averaging right around $1,000. So I'll show you where I'm tracking all of this. So first week we were averaging right around $1,000. Our second week, if you don't include Tuesday, we were averaging right around $1,300. So if I can keep that up, then we're gonna surpass our goal. Yeah, this is fantastic, and I'm definitely really excited. I'm definitely tired. I'm definitely feeling it a little bit. But I mean, it should be pretty worth it. So anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching and following along, and I'm excited to hopefully break my own record here. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button or leave me a comment and let me know if there's certain things that you would like to see or hear me talk about, because there is a lot of things that I don't even think about because I'm so used to doing it, because I've been running this for the past 3 years essentially. So would love to hear from you and hear if there's anything that I can kind of touch on. So anyways, again, I really appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next week.